Good morning. It's Monday, July 17th, 2017, and it's about 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in the mountains of Southwest Virginia in the U.S. And I took a day off yesterday on Sunday, which is typical. Don't do much on Sunday unless it's family stuff. And I guess I don't really have a crystal for this one. That's okay. I'll just show the box here that it comes in. It says BOTA, which stands for Builders of the Adytum. I guess I'll pronounce it that way, which just means like a Holy of Holies, or physically in the physical world. It means Holy of Holies, like a special place in a temple or a cathedral, something like that. But what they're really referring to is a similar place in your soul or your spirit, of a person. And on the back it has my favorite thing, Know Thyself, which you can certainly try to do, but you may never accomplish it. I didn't look into this history here. I know it has something to do with Paul Foster Case, and I have some of his books I'll review, and he has an interesting approach towards this, and apparently had made some corrections in the tarot, or corrections as he saw them. But I don't know much about this organization. It's in Los Angeles, it says, other than to look at their website and see that it says it's a religious organization. So that's all I know about that. What I originally got these for is years ago, there was a version which was bigger. This is the cards, as you can see in the background here. I'll move this down some. And they're not as big as the typical tarot card. And here's a blank one that I've been trying various things on, inks and acrylics. This is an acrylic ink, and it does cause a bowing if you have a glob of it. But you can see it's shorter and it's not as wide. So I just wanted to show this. Originally I was going to do one of these for every card, where I go and color it. And you can see I've done the Fool and the Magician. But then I thought, well, it's really kind of boring, and it's kind of boring to me because I've already copied many decks on those kind of blank cards, or the smaller ones. I've created my own oracle. I've been working on a Lenormand, and I've copied several Lenormands. So just doing coloration is kind of boring. But the interesting part, and why I may continue it but maybe not make videos, is when you look at each one of these, just the act of coloring it can really point out all the differences. Now sure, there's no reason you can't just sit and look at them and see differences, like where they put the number, and where the table is, the color of the table, how the guy is posed. I assume a guy, although here his hair is really short and here his hair is longer, and sometimes his hair is golden and sometimes it's not. And this book that comes with this, his hair, the coloration, the coloring instructions state that his hair is black. And this is a very little book with very little information, although it does do each card, but it's not a very thorough job, in my opinion. You want to get one of those, and I don't see it here. You're going to want to get one of those, and there's a couple of them, I reviewed them before. I don't remember the titles exactly at the moment, but you can see them in my list of books that I've looked at. And by putting them out there, in my case, I'm not going to review as in read from them and go into all my thoughts. I'm just listing the ones that I would recommend. That's all. If it's not out there, I'm not recommending it. But if you do get these, and you can find them at a cheap price, these were $17, but now they're more. Amazon's a strange thing. But you can see that this one's starting to buckle. Now, it doesn't buckle if I just use these type of pens, Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens. They work fine, and this one's not buckled at all. The first one I did, the Fool, and it looks pretty nice. I mean, that's not bad. You got a lot of details on there. It's a shame it's smaller like that. That's kind of a shame, instead of how they used to be. But these work great, any of them, any of the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pens. And I thought these would work because, as you can see, there's a lot of yellow in some cards, and in this particular card there's a good amount of red, which means you would use up your Faber-Castell pens pretty quickly. So I got these Liquitex paint markers, but they're too thick. They leave a film, like a rough surface on there. You can feel the acrylic paint. Here, nothing. That would still be shuffleable. This would not be, depending on how you shuffle. So I can't recommend those for that. For other things, these are great, but not for that. So I'll move the Magician out of the way so you can see the rest of the cards. Regular Major Arcana, but different in places if you look closely enough and compare it to the others. So I just wanted to show that. I guess I can show some of the pips. It comes with an extra card, and they're very simple. They're just, I mean, there's not much here to color. What are you going to color? The background? Sometimes they do make good shapes, square and the triangle, and other times they don't. And then the court part of a suit is a good bit of coloring there if you want to do that. And this may have been like this. It may have been Knight, King, Queen, Page, but I don't think so. I think it was King, you know, Page, Knight, Queen, King. And I won't go through them all since they're pretty similar. I mean, in that they're minimal like that. So let's put this in a way that it will show up, and I'll let you see them in comparison. The more I use these, you can see I have kind of in the order that I used them. Rider-Waite Smith, the one you can get just about anywhere, gas station or whatever. Probably not, but you know, it's more commonly available. And then the albino weight. I don't like this dull, dingy. And the radiant's just a bit too radiant, and the universal's just a bit too radiant. But I do like this one, albino weight. And I'm not sure all the background on that one, but so let's cover these up with this book. Put this back in here so we have something to designate what it is. I'll move the mic out of the way, let that go for a little bit, and with that I'll say peace.